Oh shit. Okay, maybe it wasn't the stream. I mean, maybe it wasn't the game. Okay, this time I can't blame the game. Well, actually, I guess I kind of can, because I was having issues yesterday. I don't know what the fuck. Like, and it only happens with this game. Where it just like everything else, like every other game I played over the weekend was completely fine. I played Path of Exile and it just like would lag the fuck out. Like of my like everything, my computer, my like just my network in general would just lag out. And I don't know why. Now my phone doesn't want to fucking pull up the stream. Great. Oh, that was fun. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what happens with PoE. Like PoE, like my computer hates it. I don't know if my computer hates it or like PoE just hates me. Because every time I like play it, shit just like loses its shit. It's so fucking annoying. Like it's actually annoying. Cause like part of me thought I was like, well, maybe it just doesn't want to play nice with OBS. But over the weekend, like the amount of times it would just lag the fuck out just randomly for no reason, like was so infuriating. I'd be trying to push like higher maps and then I would die because like the game just decided it wanted to stop working. I mean, technically, I think. I don't know what these. Yeah, it's workable. Oh, yeah, I know he just got 3 or something. Oh, then there's this. Alright. Alright, let me do some. I think that should still work even though it's corrupted. For the vendor recipe. Out of OBS to rejoin the, or the stream bots to rejoin the thing. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Like my shit just like spiked really hard and then just like then like it didn't stop anything else. The only thing it affected was OBS. Because I have some like my music didn't stop like at all. My like nothing else stopped. It was just OBS that just like stopped working for a second. Well, like it's not even OBS. It's my network. I mean, it's not an issue with OBS. It's just this game in particular, which is one of the main reasons I'm like, I'm just gonna stop streaming the game, is because it's being annoying. And for some weird reason, like, oh, that's right, I can't move that shit. It just shits my internet out, and I don't know why. Because I was also farming a bunch of Star Rail, like over the weekend to try to get up to 24 and get like the stuff unlocked. Didn't have a problem the whole time. Like literally no issues. Game didn't shit itself. Didn't do anything else. I swap over to Path of Exile like 30 minutes in. It's like my latency is at like 9,000 out of nowhere. Like it's just been happening this whole time. And it's literally only happened when I play this game. Like it has not happened when I play any other game. So mildly annoying. Mildly annoying. To be honest, I think we're gonna run this and I'm just gonna swap over to Star Rail. I feel like a last hour of Star Rail because I need to do some grinding. Because I didn't grind enough on the weekend to get far enough to whatchamacallit, to get far enough to there's a decent tree on that. I might like recraft that. But to get far, like I couldn't, like it took me, like I was so wait, hold up. I saw something with physical damage. Okay. As long as it doesn't reflect physical damage, I don't care. But I didn't like grind enough like continuously. Like if I had actually like sat down and played the shit out of the game, would have been fine. But I unlocked the Echoes of War and then I went to try to do them, like to do at least the first one, because I was like, oh hey, it resets. Like apparently reset is today for it, even though I don't remember when reset in Genshin is. I was like, it resets, let me at least do the first one, because that one shouldn't be too hard, right? I go to the boss, like I go to the Echo of War, and it's like, alright, the boss is level 38. And I was like, alright, like, my team is like level 40s. I think it's like 2 level 40s and like 2 level 35s, and the 2 35s are like defensive characters. And I was like, so this should be fine. Then the game's like, oh, by the way, your characters are underpowered. And I'm like, huh? Like, how the fuck are my characters underpowered? When like they're literally on level. Like what are you talking about? Because it didn't show me like any combat power or anything, so I don't know how it's measuring if my characters are like underpowered, because I don't think it said underleveled. I think it literally said like underpowered, like we're not strong enough. So there's a combat system, like rating system in the game somewhere that the game itself sees. But then I tried it and I could get to like, I could kill the first path, like the first health bar, but like there's just so much damage that comes out because of the right arm that swings through, that like it was like, even with feeding ult charge to the ice blonde guy, whatever his name is, we just couldn't put out enough shields to block everything, and it was just like, bruh. I guess I should have tried the other one, like the one for the ice lady, because I don't know how that plays without the, like, I don't know if you get the robot still in that fight, like when you're doing it, like the second half. Because when I did the story version, I literally just stalled out between March 7th and the fire, like, Trailblazer, and then just basically beat her to death with a robot, for the most part, the architect robot. But then I was also kind of annoyed because whatchamacallit, the one relic that I like really needed to have like farmable, because like at least 3 characters I plan on building require that relic, which is the defense one, the one that's like high defense, and then you know, the 2-piece gives you high defense, and then the 4-piece gives you gives a increased shield or whatever. I found out that that one wasn't until the next like world thing, and I was like, bro, and it was like it was too late in the day. It was like 2 in the morning. I was like, I'm going to bed. I was sad though. If it was like earlier, like if it was like midnight, I still would have like kept up with it. To try to see like how far, because I don't know how far in the next story I need to go to unlock it. The what is it? I think it's like Path of Him or some shit, Path of Holy Him or whatever. Man, it really likes giving me, now that I have like so many offerings, it's like, oh hey, here's more lab stuff, by the way. I'm like, but I've already done, like I already have way more than I need. It's like, well, we have more. I'm like, I don't need more. Like, I appreciate it, but I don't need more. I like Star Rail. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I like it because it's like, I mean, like, I like it because I like turn-based RPGs. Like, that's generally my RPG of choice if it's not like Diablo style, is turn-based, like turn-based RPG. Or turn-based JRPG. I grew up playing a lot of those. So I have a pretty decent soft spot for it, and at least so far, the turn-based combat for the game feels like pretty satisfying when you play it. So if you like that style of like combat, like turn-based combat, it's pretty good, especially with like the break system and stuff like that, and like the different things you can do. Like, it feels pretty good, but it can also be very aggravating because Mihoyo is very, very good at making some of the most bullshit fights and just being like, oh, you have to go do that now. Have fun. Because like the only real complaint I can have about the game, or I've always mostly have had for Mihoyo games, is that they like, it's alright. So when a gacha game first comes out, right, this is mostly for people who don't play a lot of gacha games. When a gacha game first releases, usually resources are very limited. Why? Because some of it is to get people to spend more money. Like, that's valid. Like, you know, at the end of the day, they are a company and they do want money. But a lot of it's also just, there's not enough content, and it's the easiest way they can slow you down is by going, well, you know, we're gonna make a lot of things that you kind of need resources for to do. Because like, what is it? They spread out the break weaknesses for a lot of the bosses. Bro, I hate these guys so much. The ones that like keep summoning their minions, and then the minions like have some weird shit like you know, fiery orb on death. Like, those guys are so annoying. But so there was a couple boss fights that I like had to figure out how the fuck I was gonna get through them using the characters I had already put resources into, because I didn't want to put more resources into other characters that I didn't want to use. Like, for instance, Asta, like, I had Hook, right? But I didn't want to put too many resources into Hook because Hook gets like very quickly replaced by Fire Trailblazer, so who's actually really strong. Like, he's a decent tank, but I think he's like I'd label him more as like a bruiser, if I'm actually honest. Because he just deals a lot of damage. Like if Japard, or however the fuck you pronounce his name, is like an actual tank, I would say like Fire Trailblazer is more like a bruiser where he just deals a lot of damage, but he can tank things. Because I mean, he's really tanky, don't get me wrong. Especially with his like ability, the oh, I missed this one. With his like taunt ability one, where he takes like significantly reduced damage while it's active. Like he's very tanky when he's doing that, but like I almost call him a bruiser because it's pretty selfish, right? Granted, I don't think there's a very clear-cut like tank kind of thing, right? I guess they kind of learned from Genshin not to make a character like that, because none of the tanks have like a full kit that I would say is like very tanky. As like for instance, Blondie Boy is probably like the most like tank out of all the classes or all the characters in the game. He doesn't like actually like his skill is like a CC that kind of works. It's like a situational CC that may or may not affect the target depending on what element they are, because that's fun. I think that's one of the reasons I get annoyed with Blondie Boy, is because like his kit like just feels weird. It's Japard, the dude with the weird briefcase that he only uses for one attack, and it's kind of whatever. AKA Mr. They should have just given him like big ass gauntlets so he could just punch things with ice and call it good, but they didn't because reasons, I guess. I call him Blondie Boy because I get tired of saying his name, and he annoys me. Because his existence annoys me, because he could have been a welt. But no, he's a Blondie Boy. A fucking bitch. But yeah. I call him Blondie Boy because, well, he's blonde, is boy, is annoys me. He's not bad, like, don't get me wrong. I'm just being spiteful because he's definitely kept me from having to dump more resources. Because, like, there's definitely been a lot of fights where I shouldn't have been able to, like, beat the boss, but between him and March 7th, I could. Also, like, whenever I get to do his, like, whenever I get to the level where I can, farm the mats for it, he's basically, like, you can almost guarantee him, his sister's cool. I like the kit for the sister. His sister's really good. Him, he's just fucking whatever. But, whatchamacallit? Okay. Like, he's just weird. Like, his kit is just, like, it just feels weird. It's like he's supposed to be a tank, and he gets a passive later that just passively increases his like his aggro. So like it's one of the main reasons I plan on building him is because I'm building March, who dumps a really strong shield on demand. And so the plan is that I'm gonna use his natural aggro with the aggro from whatchamacallit, the aggro from March's shield, to just make it so that he gets targeted most of the time for like single hits. And then I'll just use his ult to give group shield, which is basically the plan I've been doing. Like he basically is the main one that gets the March's shield, so that way he's like tanking most of the fights, like most of the single hits. And then since he's getting hit so much, he's also generating a bunch of like energy, and gives an increase to the you know, makes him generate his team-wide shield faster. And then so I have the fox girl. I got her. I got 2 of her in one 10 pull over the weekend. And so like I've been using her ult to give his ult back faster for any fight that I feel that I need like that much like group shielding, which for the boss fights tends to be pretty much every boss fight, because a lot of the boss fights actually have like really like they have a lot of like AoE hits, so it's really good. Because the point is it's just like in general, so that's basically my gameplay loop is I shield Blondie bitch, he gets hit a lot, his shield like puts he put like his ult comes up which lets him shield the whole team, and then I basically do that, and then I use Su Shang for my main DPS because once her stacks are up she deals a lot of damage. All right, we're at 25 pulls saved for the next banner basically. Yeah, we have 25 and we have almost 6,000, which isn't much to be honest, but and then I've used basically all the pulls I've gotten. I think I've done 40 something pulls. Yeah, I've done 41 pulls on this, so we're due in the next like 39 pulls, no 49 pulls, we're due for a 5-star, and then in like 2 billion pulls we can get one of these guys, which it's probably going to be Welt if I don't get him by then. It'll be Welt or it'll be probably Bailu just to get the healer, because Bailu is the only other healer in the game aside from Natasha. Okay. Do this, do this, get this. Alright. YouTube some days. I mean, it's a pain in the ass. That's for sure. Bruh, I really want Welt. His kit's so good. I wanted Welt because like his skills and like well, he's fancy man and his skills look pretty cool. And then it's like, oh, by the way, he's actually just like really good, and I'm like, fuck me, bro. Why couldn't I get him off my beginning? I think that's the main reason I'm annoyed. Oh, that's rare. I don't think they've ever done that to my videos. Oh wait, am I not high enough? Is this one of those grind to X level thing? 29. Great. We're 26. Fantastic. If I had known that, we would have stayed on PoE. I got quests, side quests we can work on. Some days they'd be sensitive. I'd be like that. I mean, Twitch is the same way. Sometimes like it goes fine, and then randomly out of nowhere they're like, oh, so and so got banned because of something they've been doing for like 3 years that Twitch all of a sudden decided was not okay. We'll finish all the side quests, and then if that's not enough, I'll go do. Well, I could probably do the simulated world too. I haven't done that yet. Got Sword Girl? I sure did. I basically got 2 out of the 3 4-stars I wanted. Alright, what do you want? None of my business. This is just how I like skip through. This is how I skip through all the like dialogue options, like having to wait for them to do it. Let's just do this. Boom, done. Speedrun the text messages and still get my gems. Ooh. Sheesh, we're winning. These are the high tech like speed strats. But yeah, she's probably my most invested character right now. She's my most invested because I also happen to have 2 of her best light cones. Which is this one for like killing mobs, like when you're not like fighting a boss. And then this one for if you are fighting a boss. But I like using this one a lot. Mostly because like with the shielding, she can keep this up like permanently. Because like this one's really strong because you can get 40% damage dealt increase. But like you can't like change targets, which well I mean you can. So like what you can do is you can stack up to like 5 stacks on one target, and then if you need to one-shot something, you one-shot it with your ult, and then you go back to stacking it up again. And she can do it pretty quick because she has like the reset from her ult, so. But I like using this too. This is just my like general one that I think is just really good to have on her at all times. But she gets speed, which is nice, and then she gets 12% damage at all times. And then you just shield her and then she doesn't care. Content, you can you can nickname. I didn't know you could nickname people on the friends list. You shouldn't have told me that, Zephy. Where are you, Zephy? Nickname. You already know what's gonna happen, Zephyr. Thirsty Zephyr. There you go. Zephyr? Don't know him. Thirsty Zephyr? That's the only one I know. Ah, bruh. Beautiful. I love it. Oh my goodness. You are right. I am content with that. Holy. That almost makes me that makes me a tiny bit less sad that I don't have wealth. Just a tiny bit. Boom. Let's go. Give it 3,000 upvotes. Easy. I don't know what it wants me to do here. I'm just running it. Oh, hello? When you can nickname Zephy, Thirsty Zephy, all is right with the world. All is right with the world. You beg to differ? Sounds like a you problem. Sounds like a skill issue to me. Also, we had to retire the bat, and I am sagging. Because there's no reason to keep the bat up. And Sushang is a much better physical damage dealer. And the fire version is too good. Which one's this one? What? Get piped. Got punched in the back of the head. But yeah, so the main like loop is gonna be like whenever I can get to the point where I can farm his like his ascension material to, well, his trace material for his like passive for his like passive whatchamacallit, his passive like aggro build, that is going to be the loop. Headache. Okay. Hopefully it goes away soon. I had a headache yesterday. It was pretty bad. That's basically just the loop right there. It's just just do that. Just put the shield on him. When he gets his like passive aggro, he should like naturally be able to like basically like the enemy shouldn't really look at anybody else once he has his like his passive like aggro thing up. Because I'm assuming the aggro from his passive and the aggro from the shield stack. That's the assumption I'm running on, since they're like from two different sources. So, because like March's shield says it greatly, which I didn't realize. I thought it was just like a shielded thing, but no, it greatly increases the chance of enemies attacking that ally. And then he has a trace where has a higher chance to be attacked by enemies. But yeah, we have to kill the boss for it. And then farm this. And then he's got this trait, which kind of don't really care too much for. Like it'll be, it's all right. This is the one ability I'm not a big fan of personally. This is good though. We get an attack bonus, but this requires this item, and I don't know if I want to use this on him because this item's pretty rare from what I've noticed. But like this will make him super strong if you can get it. Don't care too much for that. This is definitely for sure one I want to get. Su Shang is the one I kind of like devoted most of the resources, but this is definitely another one. But you know, it sucks because I'm gonna need two because I'll need for her and for Gepard. Yeah, it's all just about her becoming like really fast and just killing things, which I'm all there for. I am all there for it, baby. But I also need to farm the other like some other stuff. There's a lot of farming to be done. It's the one downside to like gacha games is there's usually a decent amount of everybody starts at like there's like 0 resources, and then there's no like there's usually not very many events for it to get like more resources kind of deal. So it's usually you kind of have to like manage, but if you're free to play it's pretty hard to do like regardless, just because like there's extra limited. So that's how it is. It's just how it is. Yeah, this is the overall loop. I will say that this team is like disgustingly strong against like anything that's weak to ice. Like disgustingly powerful against anything that's weak to ice. Because between March and Gepard, like they just whittle it down so fast. But that's basically just been that's like the main team I've been running. And then the plan is anything that requires like fire, I'll just swap Japard for Trailblazer, Fire Trailblazer. And then after that, it'll just be a it'll just be the tank. Also, like, it's kind of interesting because Ping Yun can like deal a respectable amount of damage because you build her for attack and speed, because like her ability scales off of how much attack she has, basically. The skill, it gives increases their attack by 30% up to 17% of Ting Yun's current attack, so really good. So this is why I put this on Shengshun, because she's like Shengshun's attack is like 613. Hers is 577. I meant to see, I did some relic farming the other day. I mean, that's, pets usually are like that. My dog thinks I'm a pillow, even though I throw him off. That dumb dog has like plenty of his own like beds to be on. He's like, but I want to be here. Oh, there's literally no point to swap. They have the same stats. Where's the other one? Did I not get... Was it really just these two that I got purple? Oh no, and this. Okay, never mind. I did the domain for that relic because I needed to burn like my stamina, and I didn't want to just like I did not want to. I could have done it on the XP one because I do need XP, but I also wanted some chances at it. Oh shit, it works. Oh, if you stop talking to me and let me go fight, then we can do it. Gotcha, bitch. Nice. Kill you. Kill you. There we go. Easy. You're telling me somebody's name doesn't saved their life. Well, that's not worth somebody's name, bruh. I'd be like, somebody get that monster. Bring that monster back. Like, bring that monster back. Tell the monster they can just do, you know, they can do their thing, and then,
ゴシッパーには会えたかしら。友達にもいろんな種類があるから。
You never beat her. That's a mode. As long as you never meet them. That's so rude. He can open his mouth, bro. Let's go. I thought they only added like facial expressions for like curving his mouth up and down, but he actually can open his mouth slightly. Goodness. These are the only ones you can't do the skip with, unfortunately, because it doesn't let you exit out of the conversation. But I did, like, I thought it would work that way, where you just like exit out, because that's how it works in some of the other games that has messages, especially for ones where it's like really like long drawn out really long drawn out messages where they shoot them like over and over again. Black frame glasses and side swept bangs. Is this one? Nope. Oh, is this the side swept bang? Let's go. Are you Richard? At least there's a lot of like teleporters. That's kind of nice. Cause like for Genshin, right? I remember early on it didn't have like very many teleporters, or at least like the teleporters that were like there weren't usually by like very close to the very close to like where some of the quest stuff was, and you had to run a distance. Granted, you know, you did have stuff like the glider and stuff like that, so it's not as bad as it would be in this game if you had to run long distances. But yeah, I'm very I'm curious what like other like what weapon designs they'll come out with. As like what is it? I know we have like a glaive character. I mean, you could call him a spear, but it's really not a spear. Like I've seen him holding the weapon. That's like way too big to be a spear. That's basically a glaive. Ooh. But like I have hope that maybe like we already have like a two-handed hammer character. Maybe we can get like an axe character. I still think like Blondie Boy should have had like a halberd or something. A halberd or a spear, because you see Silvermane units that use halberds and use like spear and shield. I think would have fit a lot better than whatever the fuck. Oh well, like he doesn't even carry it, which is kind of the annoying part. Cause like he only uses it for one animation. Like why didn't they just put the like armored glove look on both arms and just let him kick things? Oh, for real. And like, oh my god, they're even better in the next zone. They look so much cooler. They're like the anti-Legion Matter dudes. Like, oh my. And then there's like the arm blades, bro. They got so many different weapons they can choose. And they don't have to like constrain themselves to like, well, we can't do new weapons because if we do new weapons, then you know, we got to do like, oh my god, I'm so stoked. All right, this set, reset. That's 3 stars, bro. Not even just 3 stars, dog. Give it to me as like a 4-star. Give me a 4-star. Why is Dun not a 4-star unit? Let's be honest. Come on now. Where's my Dun at, dude? Like. I'd love to use Sushang, but literally nothing in there has physical weakness. And then now there's something with physical weakness, bro. This game. But yeah, like I would be what is it? I'd be like those streamers where they do where they're just like 4-star only, right? Or some shit like that. That'd be me, but like 3-star only. if they release like the 3-star like units for the spear officers and stuff like that. Bruh. Like that would be me. It'd be like 3-star only run, and they're like, well, you can't do shit with that. And I'm like, well, too bad, we're doing it. Because you'd be able to C6 them really quick. But yeah, when I saw like the designs of the enemies in this game, like so good. They're so good. Like they stood out to me, right? Cause like cause I was just like, the enemies are really good. And someone I knew was just like, well, the designs in general in this game are great. And it's like, well, I don't mention the character ones because we already know that character design wise, MiHoYo's like really good at doing them. But like the initial monsters you ran into in Genshin were kind of like bleh, right? Like at launch, like you had a bunch of slimes, you had the cubes. The flowers are actually kind of cool. You had the Hill Charles, which the small ones are kind of whatever, but the big ones are actually kind of cool. Like we didn't really get any of the more interesting like abyss looking like enemies until like way later. While this one, like we have it like from launch. Like the anti-Legion Matter designs are so good. Like, they're just so good. Like for the regular enemies, the boss enemies have always been really good. We have a lot of follow-up attacks because of the march. Yeah, you can press buttons and kill you up. Yeah, right. Like you may be able to kill it in like 3 turns, but you know, I'll kill it in like 20 turns, and I'll have my cool ass spear and shield dude. And they're like, yeah, well, they released a 5-star spear and shield dude, and I'll be like, shut up, don't talk to me, you don't know me. Yeah, you don't know me like that. We don't know each other enough for you to crush my dreams. The next 5-star, the next limited 5-star looks really good. Looks really, really good. Right? It's like, now I have 2. Get fucked. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked for him, which is why I'm saving up for him. He's kind of dumb. He straight up just brings in like an extra thing. Like, in case you don't know what his like so like, you know how all of them have like a talent, like they do some extra shit or whatever. I don't actually remember what Blondie Boys is. But whatchamacallit, his basically, he has this just fuck off giant lightning dude that just every once in a while attacks like for free, and it's kind of like, bro, what the fuck, ain't no way. Oh yeah, that one where he like revives after dying. Like, it's such a dumb ability. It's such a dumb like passive. I forget what it is half the time. Like, Blondie's kit just feels weird. Like, it just feels all over the place, right? Like, you have his basic attack that does nothing, like, just there. You have his impair, which like has a chance to freeze a target, and then his ult shields the team. Like, none of it feels like cohesive. It's all just, and then if he dies, he like revives. Like, ooh shit. Like, it doesn't feel very well, I guess like the ult and the talent kind of work together because they're like tank stuff, but like it just doesn't feel very cohesive. It feels like a pretty all over the place unit. All right, lady, I hope the headache goes by soon. Hopefully, like, you know, make sure you drink some water if you haven't been drinking it. Weather's getting pretty warm. Stuff like that. Ooh. Interesting. But it's just like, it just feels like all over the place, right? Like, you have this, which is CC, doesn't give him any sort of tanking abilities whatsoever. Deals like damage, but the problem is that it's 110% of his attack. Like, why isn't this defense? Though it does add like additional ice damage when they're frozen. So I guess there's that, which is, again, it's still just like damage though, right? Like, why is this attack? Why aren't these like defense modifiers? This one's pretty good, like this in general, because it benefits off of his defense. I still don't understand why it's this weird case thing. The punch does nothing. Like, I don't know if any of the other 5-stars have like a basic attack that does extra stuff. What's up, Jade? How you doing? And then the ult, where it's just like defense with team-wide shielding. His passives are, I get, well, this is the only like tank specific bonus thing. This is character deals more damage. This is gets energy when he revives off of his like talent. Like, his stuff just feels all over the place. I'm doing all right. It is what it is. That's cool. I'm assuming you're also gearing up for finals soon. Drawn out fights, but since we aren't, well, like, not just that, right? Like, when you think about like drawn out fights, like one of the major ones, he's useless because it's immune to freeze. Like, that's the other problem, right? Like, his skill is completely useless when you're fighting things that are immune to freeze, because his whole point for that is to freeze things without having to rely on the break. kind of deal. You ain't got to deal with him this time? Oh shit. Sheesh. Goodness gracious. I love the fire lance though. This shit's so cool. As someone who mains lance in fucking Monster Hunter, I approve. I wonder if that's why they didn't give him a lance. They're like, well, we're gonna give the MC a lance. And it's like, bro, just kidding. He's got this weird guitar briefcase thing. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Speaking of a gabunker. Did I just rename your nickname to that, Zephy? Are you just like a bunker now? Oh, I forgot to move it over. Taking an art class then. Ah, okay, okay. Nice, nice, nice. You want Fox Lady? Bruh, somebody get the Jadester a towel, dog. Yeah, I got 2 of her. My my Fox Lady is double like is E1. I got 2 of her in 1 temple, which was kind of cool. And on the AC with the heat. Bro, in this economy, Zephyr, you better keep that AC off, dog. What, you think electricity grows on trees? Anyway, I'll tell you everyone. To be fair, my gacha luck was pretty cursed, like, early on. And then the game was like, alright, here you go. They gave me Shu Shang. And then with like, granted the previous, like I didn't get her too, like the light cones with her, but like before her I got like the light cones. That is not the button I meant to push. That's usually where I have March. Oops. But like my first 10 pull off of the, no, my second 10 pull off the standard banner was nice to me. My first one off the standard banner was not very nice to me. The second one was, the third one was, and then the fourth one was not nice to me. Oh fuck, I didn't mean to shield. I am like just oh my goodness. I forgot you played that game. I don't know, I couldn't get into that game. I tried to. I wanted to like it, but I just couldn't.
ランス戦闘準備。
His ult's already back. Save for the story. I heard that story wasn't too bad for it, to be honest. Like, I've heard good things about it. It's just that I don't know why, like, my interest in it, like, just dropped very quickly. And I even had one of the more decent starts, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it'd be like that. It do be like that. This guy would be dead by now if I had Shishang. It's just I forgot how these things work. Yeah, because unfortunately, like, it's kind of weird when I play, like for instance, Genshin is still weird to me, where you can't, like, even in its current state, you cannot, like, just build everything you want, like, as soon as you get the character, if you haven't saved up, right? Like, because I'm so used to fucking Grand Blue Fantasy, because Grand Blue Fantasy is at a state where, basically, you get a new character, and if you've been playing the game even just, like, not even half seriously, like, just half decently over, like, an extended period of time, you can basically instantly 3-star and, like, have that character ready to go, like, to use, and you just need to level them up, which you can do very quickly. But then you have Genshin, where you get a new character come out, and it's like, if you didn't save up, like, XP materials and, like, all the other materials you need to, like, get them going, like, you can sit there with a dead character, basically. It's so dumb. Really friendly, as good stories, we're gonna try. I mean, like, I think it's a little early, because it is free-to-play friendly. I mean, Genshin's free-to-play friendly. It just takes a lot of, like, spreadsheeting and doing the, like, the events and stuff. Because, like, MiHoYo does give away a lot of resources once they start pumping out their events. But it's pretty limiting early on. I think it's pretty fun. I think there's plenty of, like, fun to be had for the game. Just download because I can. I was right in. Yeah, I haven't spent any money on Genshin. I just saved up all my stuff. Star Rail is definitely better than Genshin though, simply from the fact that the standard banner, after 300 pulls, one time you can guarantee getting the standard 5-star character you want. Which, I mean, is a lot, right? Like, in the long run. But at the end of the day, you know, something is better than nothing. Like, having the eventuality of being, because, like, that's the main downside with Genshin, is you can't guarantee getting the the you can't guarantee getting a standard banner unit. Like for instance, I really want Jean. Like Jean's really fun, but it's your time to shine, baby. But like I can't guarantee getting her. I have to hope I get her either by losing a 50-50 or she comes home in one of those standard pulls. So I forgot I had her for lightning.
覚悟しろ。しゃっ。
But you know, I guess it just is what it is. Like I wouldn't say, I don't think there's like, there is no like gacha game that has like a perfect like system for free to play players. It's like literally impossible, because if they do that, then the whales just aren't going to spend money, because they're going to be like, why am I going to spend money if I can just get shit for free? Because while whales may not care about spending a shit ton of money, they do, you know, they're not so dumb that if they could get something for free, they won't. Like, it's something people don't realize. Like, if they can get it for free, they're gonna get it for free. There's no reason for them to spend like extra money on something if they can get it for free. And companies know this. Also, I'm kind of sad that the extra like electro damage you get from her benediction doesn't count towards break. Yeah. I mean, you're never really gonna get a true like free-to-play game that's like quote-unquote fair, like in all honesty. As like Path of Exile, which is touted as a very like good free-to-play model, even they like it's really not, because eventually you're gonna have to get stashes, like stash tabs, so you're gonna have to spend that money. Because like they're just too convenient and you're too limited without them, so but I mean, that's just how it is. There's just some games that are better for it. Like actually being patient gets you through it. I'm pretty sure I didn't choose this one. Did I not choose the combat one? Which is also why I'm like cautiously optimistic about whatchamacallit, Blue Protocol, which is due to come out like later this year for us. Because like free-to-play MMOs are very slippery slope, because I had high hopes for whatchamacallit, I had high hopes for Lost Ark, and like you can't like you know, you can, it's still a pretty good free-to-play like MMO. It's just that like it's super duper grindy, like way too grindy in my opinion, for how much shit you have to do in that game. choke.
殴ったね。客をもてなさない
Alright, this fucker needs to die.
覚悟しろ。
逃がさない。輪を持って尊しとなす。
俺が守る。
殴ったね。
正義はここにあり。
ついてないね。
Doesn't, yeah. It's just because it's like, I mean, even with like, even for people that spend money, it's very grindy. It is a very grindy game, like, period. So that's why, like, I'm curious if Blue Protocol can deal with the problem that almost every like MMO in general has, where the problem that like every MMO has is it has too high of a time commitment required for like what you have to do. Cause like, and that's just a fact. Like that's just how it goes. I think he's gonna like have a higher resistance. So like, I'd be curious if Blue Protocol can find a way around that. Cause like the problem, well, actually the problem I wouldn't even say is like, oh yeah, you can buff yourself. Go for it. I wouldn't even say it's the it's like how much grindiness you have to do. It's how much organized grindiness you have to do, right? Like, you really have to like have like a group together, like a team together to like do things, and it's like it's a little much, to be honest. A little much. So hopefully Blue Protocol can find a way around that. Want to be? Yeah. It'll be nice. Like, it'll definitely be nice. How many? I'll grab this one. But we'll see. Only one way to find out how that game is gonna be. Cause I like how they took the Final Fantasy approach, where it's like, you can do everything on one character, right? Which works out fine because there is no different races yet that we know of. Maybe down the line they'll bring it, or at least like more customization options and stuff, where you can turn them into quote unquote different races. But we will see. So he still targets March. But yeah, it'll be nice because like apparently there's even been leaks for the for like the next weapon, because there was a shop that showed like all the character weapons in it, or like all the weapons that were like usable. Like it had them on display, and then it had whatchamacallit, a spear and like dual pistols like on the wall next to the other items, and And so people were like assuming that maybe that means that that like those would be like the next playable weapons, and apparently there was a leak or something that showed that the next planned weapon is the spear, and that it would be like soon after launch, or it might have been like originally supposed to be like a launch surprise kind of thing. So that'll be interesting because we have no idea how that plays, because all of the whatchamacallit, all the all the like weapons have like their own like element attached to them. Like for instance, the foe breaker, which is the one that I plan on trying to get, or that's the one I plan on like playing first because it seems really interesting, is attuned to earth. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. So it'll be curious how the spear one goes out, because like the main because like all of them look relatively interesting in their own ways, to be honest. Attacking enemies, attacking character deals quake damage. I'll take this one. Bro, fucking Fire MC is just so good. Like he's just so good. When Magma Will has no fewer than 4 stacks, the Trailblazer's basic attack becomes enhanced, dealing damage. Blah, blah, blah. When Trailblazer uses basic attack skill or ultimate, apply a damage to all shield, a shield to all allies that absorbs damage equal to 4.2% Trailblazer's defense plus 32. The shield lasts 2 turns. Alright. Alright, so we fought these guys, and now we deal with these two. Let's see, what do you got? I think I'd just rather enhance like 2 random blessings. That's not bad. 24% crit rate. That's also not bad. Pretty good, pretty good. Wait, how many more of these do we have left? Because if there's too many, I'm gonna have to end stream. But it's time for me to eat dinner. Okay, 10 out of 13. We should be able to deal with this. These fucking guys. That one is so good. The follow-up attack has a chance to like regenerate skill points. I'm just gonna do the 2 group things because these 2 are gonna be annoying to kill without having like an actual like strong lightning DPS. I was trying to see if I could like look out and get the freeze off.
輪を持ってと
覚悟しろ正義はここにあり
うちの出番
I do like this more than like the Abyss for Genshin. Because there's more fights, there's more buffs you can get, you can stack up. It's very nice. Ah, fuck. Should have gone for the occurrence. Oh well. Victory within 4 turns. Is that even possible? There's no way.
困りました
Like, there's absolutely no way.
千の地域をも一心同期
やり先に火を炎の槍を断つけ
Not unless these guys are like super weak.
ないね
ランドゥの名の小説の志は朽ちることなしランス戦闘準備
This is one of the guys that I kind of talk about where it's like he becomes like borderline useless because you can't use his like E for anything because they're immune to freeze. Right. And then he froze. Oh shit. The quake damage. Get fucked. Alright. We're good. We're good. The quake damage killed him. Basically, he did his AoE sweep thing, and then the quake damage from hitting my whole team killed him. But I need to go eat lunch, so we're gonna go do that. Well, not lunch, but dinner. I'm hungry. Let's go see who is streaming so I can eat y'all at them. Who do I know? Oh, we can go raid the tree. We can go raid tree, bro. He's been streaming pretty early recently. Good to see, good to see. I'm assuming he just started because he's on the just chat. Yeah, he just started, bro. Perfect timing. We're gonna go raid the tree, bro. I'm assuming he's probably going to try. He might be playing more League of Legos. I don't know. We'll find out. But thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. If it is early in day for you, have a good day. If it's late in day for you, you rest well. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and I hope all of you had a fantastic weekend.